The man who's in line to lead the FDA is not a doctor, has no medical background, unlike every other FDA director for the last half a century. But he does have a couple of ideas on how to improve the health of all Americans.
In a free market, particularly a seastead or any other free market in healthcare, people would be much healthier as well as wealthier. After I go through a lot of examples, I think I'll demonstrate why the healthiest societies in 2030 will most likely be on the sea.
Did you say on the sea? On the sea in a seastead? Yes. The man who's now reportedly in line to head the Food and Drug Administration, he's been part of a movement to reclaim freedom and liberty by starting new countries on the sea, by tying together like shipping containers and putting them on the ocean and then living on them and calling it a country.
In a free market such as the seastead, people would have much more incentive to keep themselves healthy and fit and eat right and prevent chronic disease. Seasteads offer a great opportunity, not just for the people who live on the seasteads to get good, efficient care of high quality, but also for people who come in specifically for that purpose. In terms of efficiency and affordability of healthcare, it was much greater a century ago.
So shouldn't we all move out to floating barges on the ocean, and then healthcare can be as efficient and affordable as it was a century ago? It's a full employment program for leeches. So says the man who is now reportedly Donald Trump's top contender to head the United States Food and Drug Administration. And if a life of freedom and great healthcare on a libertarian floating country is not enough for you, he's also pursuing immortality, at least for a select few. Here's the possible next chief of the FDA giving a speech on how venture capitalists and investors can get us to immortality. We can live forever if we can only invent good new business models that will make us live forever. He calls it rejuvenation and reverse aging. He said in that same speech that maybe when it comes to pharmaceuticals in this country, maybe we should not have clinical trials for drugs anymore at all. Just put the drugs all out on the open market, let people use them, see what happens, and the free market will sort it out. And yes, of course, that would change decades of policy for how we determine whether drugs are safe and effective. It's such a radical shift that even a lot of pharmaceutical companies are on record as worried about this guy now being in charge. But honestly, it's sort of hard for me to focus on that when he's devoted so much of his time and energy to promoting the creation of independent nations of man-made islands in the sea where we will all live forever.